Hi, this is Brandon from Watches on You. Today we're taking a look at the Oris Big Crown 1917, and I want to remind you that we're here at JB Hudson Jewelers in Minneapolis, Minnesota, who have lent us this piece for the review. Before I start this review, I want to remind you all that I currently have a Kickstarter campaign for a watch that I designed myself. This is the Hoagland & Sons Mark I chronograph. It is a $149 piece available on Kickstarter. Now, the real retail after the Kickstarter campaign is concluded is going to be $249, but it incorporates a lot of features of much more expensive watches. And what I mean by that is it has a hybrid mechanical quartz movement, which gives you the accuracy of a quartz movement, but the feel and functionality of a mechanical chronograph, in that, as you can see, when I start the chronograph, it has a smooth seconds hand, and then when I reset the chronograph, it resets quickly back to zero. It does not kind of slowly go around the dial like a typical quartz chronograph. And that's because, again, it has a mechanical module on top of the watch. Additionally, on the Caseback, it has a time zone scale as well as a metric to imperial unit conversion scale. It's been a pleasure to design this watch, and I'd highly encourage you to check out the campaign in the description so that you can pledge a reward for it. So now I'll move on to the rest of this video, where I'll be reviewing the Oris Big Crown 1917. And this harkens back to Oris's first pilot's watch, which was obviously released in 1917. And getting onto that theme of 1917 a little more, it is a limited edition of 1,917 pieces. And it is an actual numbered edition. They don't just say one of 1917. This is number 1,297 out of 1917. And this watch is available here at JB Hudson Jewelers for a retail price of exactly, and I want to get this perfectly right, $2,600. So this is a fairly limited model, and it actually has a lot of cool features that kind of set it apart from modern watches, chief among which is its movement. Now, it's got a modified Sellita SW200 with a 38-hour power reserve. Now, that power reserve is a little bit low, but I think that this movement is rather unique in that in order to set it, and this was a feature that was on the original pilot's watch available in 1917, you have to press this little button here. Now, you don't need a pen to do this. You can actually do it kind of with your finger fairly easily. So when you depress that and then spin the crown, it sets the watch, which is a little bit annoying, but it's not that difficult to use, and it just kind of harkens back to the original watch, and I think that's kind of a cool feature. But then when you don't have the button depressed, it's just a normal winding crown when you're using that. I'll set it back to a more convenient time. I just love the cathedral hands, and it really ties into a kind of early 1900s pilot's watch kind of feel to it. Additionally, kind of playing further into that feel is the Bund Strap that you get with this. Now, you do get another leather strap. I do not have that available, but I do believe that it is just a normal leather strap without the Bund feature. Again, Bund straps are for pilots, so that again plays into the whole pilot aviation kind of theme of this piece. I love the cathedral hands on the dial. It adds a little bit of detail to it, as well as the Art Deco numerals, which are loomed, so they're very useful. It does really look like an old watch that is just brand new. I mean, there's nothing, it's not faux vintage either. I mean, this is pretty much what I can imagine the original pilot's watch looked as it came out of the factory, and I just love when companies do that. I don't like a lot of faux loom or anything like that. I know on the camera that the loom looks a little bit dark, but it's actually just more of kind of a yellow color. It's not really faux aged or anything like that. Same with the hands. It just has a slightly kind of darker ivory color than traditional modern loom has, and I can imagine that that's what the original radium loom would have looked like. So getting onto the Caseback, you have kind of a heritage style Oris logo, Oris Watch Company, I assume that means, and I think that that's kind of a cool element to this piece as well. So now trying this watch on for a wrist shot. It's very comfortable on the wrist. It does not look too big on, I don't think it would look too big on really anyone's wrist. It's got a 40 millimeter diameter, which is, perfect in my opinion. That's exactly what I would have chosen had I designed this piece. So thank you guys for watching this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, and also check out that Kickstarter campaign, as well as the link to JB Hudson's website in the description. Thanks for watching.